Hi, everyone. Welcome to Psychic Connection, Collaboration over Competition. And today I have Beth Roland with me. She owns New Earth Community Connections. Beth Roland owns New Earth Community Connections at 132 Main Street in Manasquan, New Jersey. So, hi, Beth. How are you?
Hi, Phyllis.
Hi. And I got to say, I love those glasses.
Oh, thank you.
I really
They're
do.
necessary, so,
Yeah. But hey, why not look chic too, right?
right? Just
Right.
like the masks are a new accessory these days.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. So I want to start out, I know you own New Earth, but I want to start out first before we get into that with your intuitive abilities. I know you have intuitive abilities, but why don't you either, give readings or use them in some way or give classes? You have other people do that at your, your business.
I do. Part of it is because the business has been, it's just a little over a year old.
Right.
And the first year I was concentrating on getting it up and running and operational. And so I decided to start getting more hands-on and do more classes, etc. Then we got hit with the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I'm really just trying to find what's the best way to do readings or share gifts, and mentoring is really where I'm been focusing lately.
Oh, great. Okay.
Mentoring new people on the path, and
Mhm.
I've been doing a lot more of the Holy Fire Reiki classes that have there's a lot of intuitive
Mhm.
needed in that too, because it's a different way of getting attuned for Reiki. It's all
Oh. Okay, so we will be seeing you then giving some more classes and and things like that. Oh, excellent. That's great.
yes.
So, when did you first realize you had intuitive abilities?
I don't really know that I would called it like intuitive abilities when I was younger,
Mhm.
or I didn't have that term in my
Yeah.
vocabulary at the time.
Mhm.
Um, I think I've always just been like a highly sensitive person.
Mhm.
So I could feel what's going on with somebody else,
Right.
or or just sometimes know that something is about to happen.
Mhm.
But often, as happens when we were younger, I either didn't voice it right away because I wasn't sure,
Sure.
or B, if I voiced it, I was told, "Oh no, you don't talk about that kind of thing." Just
Mhm.
So it wasn't really until I started really exploring it probably in my mid 30s, but then I took a road off for a good 10, 12 years, and then found my way back.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
My
so that's right. That's a good segue into you found your way back and then you decided to open up your own business. So kind of how
Yeah.
did that all come about? And then tell us about more about your business and the services that you offer.
Okay. Well, actually, it's a windy story about how all that came about.
Okay.
Um, I had actually gotten very ill back in June 2016.
Mhm.
And during that time, I now come to know that it was kind of the universe saying, "You're not living your authentic life. You're
Mhm.
not you're not following the purpose." So during that time, I had a very intense Kundalini awakening
Well, what
as
is
well.
that? I have no idea what that is.
The Kundalini awakening,
Yeah, I don't
kind of the best way I could describe it was my body was just being stretched and moved,
know.
and you could feel the energy going through. And
Mhm.
it was, I had no control of what my body was doing, but it was being stretched and pulled almost as if I was being helped to actually release some of those old beliefs and those things that were
Oh,
holding me
okay.
back
Mhm.
out of my body.
Mhm.
Um, the first initial layer,
Right.
because we know there's so many layers. It
Mhm.
was actually painful at times,
Oh.
but I knew, like, there were people in the house and they were, "Oh, we'll call the ambulance," and I actually told the ambulance people, "Go away, I'm fine." Like, I had enough consciousness to say
Right.
that.
Yeah.
So I pushed them all aside and said, just let me go through the process. And that, you know, there were messages coming through about all sorts of different things in my life and old beliefs,
Right.
etc. So when I was, and that was in June of 2016, when I was more able to travel, I still couldn't walk on my own. I needed wheelchair to get to the plane, but I came back to Jersey
Wow.
to visit my mother, and I knew I wasn't going back to my old life. I just knew it.
Right.
I took some important things from the house. And I came back, I started healing better here. And actually what happened was when I was able to, I took a scooter uptown. And the first place I stopped, which I never knew was here in Massachusetts, was New Earth Healing Gifts and Services, which is across the street at 177 Main.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And owns that.
Right.
So through that process, talking to them, getting to know them, spending a lot of time with them, it came up that to expand the idea of a new earth, of creating a more compassionate, kind, collaborative, over competition, accepting and respecting community.
Yeah.
And so a lot of things were perfectly with that. And then I met a woman, Faye, who really liked the idea and had some similar thoughts, and she also wanted to do more community things for kids, etc., which we haven't really been successful at yet because it's a little difficult. But so she was very, very integral in the beginning of getting it up and running. So it really was collaboration over competition. How do we work with each other? Like across the street at Healing Gifts and Services, they do one-on-one sessions, and they specialize in crystals. Over here, we do group workshops, and we specialize in handmade products by local artisans, so that we're trying to get the community to support itself.
Yeah, beautiful.
One small step.
One small step at a time. Wow. Okay, well, you made a beautiful atmosphere there. You know, I've been there and, you know, done readings and workshops. So can you tell me a little bit, because I have a feeling that, you know, with your intuitive ability, you seem very visual, because you said that you created that whole atmosphere, and it's such a beautiful, tranquil, calming type atmosphere. So do you feel you're more like clairvoyant and more visual when you pick up information?
Both.
Okay.
Clairaudio and clairvoyant when I pick up information. I hear a lot of things, and I do see, I get more and more with the energies getting stronger and stronger, and me opening up more and taking more time to connect. I do get a lot of flashes of people, signs, situations, things like that. So, and smell is becoming really big for me.
Oh, really? Oh, tell us a couple things that you smell.
Yeah, it's not always right.
It's not always pleasant?
Not always pleasant. Like, I can tell when I smell my mother, because it depends on what's going on.
Yeah.
She, throughout my life, like when I was probably, I don't know, high school, early college years, she used to wear jean nete.
I knew you were going to say jean nete. Yeah, it's so funny.
Like, right? It's like jean nete. So if I'll be doing something and thinking about something, and if she wants to say, really think about that, I smell jean nete.
Okay, right. And to let everybody know your mom's passed away.
My mom has passed away.
This is a sign that she gives to you, right?
Yes. Yes, it's one of the signs she gives.
One of the signs, right.
And then the other thing, when it's a more loving, like when we had a more adult relationship, she was wearing white linen at the time.
Ah, she progressed to white linen.
So sometimes I'll smell white linen. Sometimes I just get this really rank smell and I can't figure out who it is.
Wow, I wonder who that could be. Yeah.
Yeah, I've asked, but I
Yeah.
haven't gotten an
No
answer.
answers yet. I guess they're being a little shy yet. Mhm.
But there are two smells that I can't determine who it is, and it's nothing in my house. It's
Yeah.
not
No, no, right. It's definitely from spirit who's trying, I guess, to connect. And I don't
right.
know, I feel they're playing a little bit with you. So
Yes,
hopefully soon you'll get to the bottom of it and know who it
I
is.
hope so.
Yeah, hope so. Yeah.
It's
Um,
nothing scary though.
no, yeah, you're good with it, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty. So now go back a little bit to your health issues. Can you explain how, well, your take on mind-body connection?
Oh, yeah, sure. It's interesting. I think that everything does come from disease, right? And that's not to negate any kind of health issue out there.
Right,
Not cancer, not
right,
nothing.
right,
And it's not all our stuff that we come in with that manifests into a physical illness. You know,
right.
it can be other people's stuff. It can be ancestral. It's
Mhm.
not
Right.
anybody's fault. So I
Well,
just want to say that first. But I know for me,
mhm.
when I got so ill in 2016, I was not happy, but I was pushing through to do things I thought were the right thing to do, even though I had all the knowledge that that's not how to live your life.
Yeah,
I was in a situation where I really thought, I don't know how to get out of this financially, etc. I don't keep pushing through with this job, but I'm working 80 hours a week or
mhm.
do that.
Now, were you
And
in corporate? Were
I
you,
was corporate retail.
you were in corporate retail, right? So
Yes. So I
quite the difference.
traveled a lot
Mhm.
and the hours in the office were long.
Wow.
I mean, it was a great experience for some years when I was able to travel and see different places.
Mhm.
But it was a toxic environment for me and I knew it and I just didn't know how to get out of it.
Out of it. Yeah,
So I think the universe in my case
right.
decided we're just going to help you out there. And I literally could not get up or out of bed. Just one
Wow.
went
Yeah.
home from work. I felt like I was getting a migraine. I laid down. I
Mhm.
wasn't able to get up for another 3 months.
Wow. Wow.
So yeah, it was bad. But there was a lot going on during that time too that I knew
Mhm.
deep down it was okay. I
Mhm.
wasn't panicking. Some other
Right.
people around me were,
Right.
but I wasn't. I did go through my frustrating moments,
Right.
but
Mhm.
and the interesting thing is, I don't know, I guess about 2 months into it, I'd wake up in the middle of the night and just write. And for some reason, I had a hard time doing that at any other time, but
Mhm.
I would just write. I had no idea where these ideas, where these things
Yeah.
were coming from. So
Mhm.
information was being given to
Given
me.
to you. Yeah.
Um, so I was doing all of that journaling.
Mhm.
And then, and part of that is another reason about opening this space and working with everybody in the community
Mhm.
um, was more about, community living, help each other, all of
Right.
those things that we all believe in.
Yeah.
Um, but I do believe that once I started really doing the work inside and
Mhm.
and layering off, going through the grief of situations that I had, the anger, the resentment, really working through all of that and working hard at letting go old
Mhm.
beliefs of
Right.
how to be. And then when progressing to, I'm not going to play that role in the family anymore,
Right.
or I'm not this role for this situation anymore. That's
Mhm.
not who I am.
Mhm.
I started getting better and better. Now, as you know, I
Mhm.
still do sometimes have some physical issues that I'm like down, but I've come to learn that that's not saying that I haven't been doing the work, etc. It just allows me really deep time to heal, get work done, work with the divine, and it's not always pleasant.
Right.
But this last bout that I had in January and February was literally a physical manifestation from all those other years. It ended up being a little hole in my head,
Wow.
in my skull, that they call it, there's a big name for it. But
Yeah.
Each thing that has happened to me does have a name of what it is. You know, it's a real thing,
Right.
but that's just how it manifested for me when I wasn't clearing and living my authentic life.
Right. So do you feel then advice to, other people out there is if they start physically feeling, things, step back and maybe take a look and see what's really going on in their life, and maybe they need to change.
I absolutely would recommend that.
Yeah.
And I would actually recommend, if you know somebody, or
Mhm.
to actually talk through it with people,
People,
because
yeah, that's true.
I was on my own for the first 6 months of all that. And what really, really helped me to start getting out of it more was finding like-minded people that had gone through it before,
Mhm.
had experiences, could help explain some things that I kind of knew, but I
Right.
wasn't grasping.
Mhm.
Um, so I would suggest that, yes, definitely to examine and where in my life,
Mhm.
if I'm happier, I'm better. And it's also examining when you're unhappy, you have unhealthy habits,
Happens. Yeah, that's true.
and all that stuff.
Mhm.
But definitely I would suggest doing it and trying to find somebody that's like-minded, or that has gone through it before,
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
and you know what? The
Mhm.
universe provides. If people are going through that, somehow that person or that program will show up in their lives.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it just kind of seems to appear and,
Mm.
kind of guides them, right? So can you explain a little bit more? Because I know you have wonderful things that you offer at, your business, and talk a little bit briefly, I guess about some of the people that, offer different services,
Oh,
and talk a little bit more about, yeah, some maybe the artisans, things like that.
well, as far as the workshops that we offer here, you'll see the crystal bowls behind me.
Yeah, they're beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Nancy is our sound healing expert, and she does crystal bowl sound baths that are one of my favorite things to just lay back, and it's like Calgon take me away kind of,
Yeah, right.
right? Not
Remember,
many people get that reference, but
yeah,
showing
I
me.
do. Yeah, look at my age.
So we do the sound baths. We do we do the things where, like, when you and Sal come in, and we invite them people in for like an evening of tea, champagne, snacks, and a reading with either you or Sal.
Mhm.
And of course, Iris and Jen, who do
Right.
a lot across the street. They have a lot of their spiritual gatherings
Mm.
to help others, and it's just like a forum for discussion. What's going on in your life? What's going on in our life?
Right.
Um, and then I don't want to forget anybody. Mary Jean
Yeah,
Chadwick
thank you. Yeah.
does a great program with dowsing.
Mhm.
She was downloaded a great clearing chart system.
Mhm.
And we have many more people that come in for. We do crystal classes. I often do essential oils in the chakra classes. We do
Right.
Reiki classes.
Do Reiki classes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do I'm a Holy Fire Reiki 3 master, so I do those
Wow.
classes.
Yeah.
Um, and
Donna, I interviewed Donna.
Donna, don't forget Donna. Yes, we
Yeah.
love Donna.
Yeah.
Gonna see her tonight, having dinner with her tonight. Uh,
Oh, that's good.
Soul drawings for us, which
Yeah.
is
It's
a
beautiful.
fabulous experience.
Yeah.
She does readings, and then she sketches what she sees your
Mhm.
soul looks like. She also does intuitive classes. She does highly sensitive people workshops and gives them
Mhm.
tools to navigate everyday life.
Right.
And she's an artist. She's working on an art workshop for
Mhm. Mhm.
getting your expressing through art. Um,
Yeah.
so all that's, she's wonderful. We
Yeah.
have really great people here. We
Yeah,
really,
you do. Yeah.
and we have Kate, who does light language.
Oh, okay.
Language activations.
Mhm.
We have Mary Tobin, who channels Mary Magdalene. She does a lot of classes
Oh,
here,
right.
and we have her book here.
Mhm.
That's the other thing. Most of our authors are local authors. So when you got your book ready to go, Phyllis.
No, I'm in, it's in the process. It's in the process. So getting closer.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
So as far as the boutique, we feature, we have lots of different artists that make jewelry. We have Kate, she's from Allentown, New Jersey, makes some beautiful beaded work. We do our own collection now. We make jewelry here. We make the earrings, the bracelets, the pendants, the necklaces.
Yeah.
And we do a custom program so that if you see something you like,
Right.
but you'd rather have a different stone or a different style, we make it for you.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, it's new and it's been doing pretty well.
Right.
We have local artist Shelley, who does all the beautiful elephant paintings. We have a new artist, Carol McCabe. She takes a lot of recycled woods and things, and she does resin and crystal work on top of them. They're beautiful.
Wow.
And we have even our like our line of home goods and little things are all locally made. We have a woman who Miracle Botanical, not Miracle, Enchanted Botanical. She grows it all in her backyard, and we have salts and things and all sorts of herb things that are done by her in her backyard.
I know,
And
you have so much to offer.
yeah, our teas are locally blended and made, and our candles are one of our most popular items that are made
the candles,
in New Jersey. They come with either a crystal or seashells, sea glass, and we have a recycle program on that. When they burn it down, we ask them to bring it back to us. We clean it out, give it back to the candle maker, and they get $2 off their next purchase.
Oh, very nice.
So
now,
we
how are,
going on here that I don't want to forget anybody or anything.
I know, it's like, oh no, you don't want to.
Oh, Marilyn, let's not forget Marilyn.
Marilyn. Yeah.
New Moon, she is the best at doing the full moon and new moon meditation.
Yeah.
She gives people individual information about their what's going on with them because of their sign. And Iris does that with the Infinitude class. We just have wonderful people with just want to share their knowledge and help people grow.
Yeah, beautiful variety, really.
Yeah.
Much,
And we do art classes, we do candle making classes, jewelry making class, belly dance class. We're trying to get fun in for the community too.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you, now with the pandemic going on, though, how do you work it all, though?
Well, at first, the first 3 months were just what we could translate to Zoom. The discussions and meditations we were able to do via Zoom, which our followers, our clientele, our people, our community really appreciated during the time. And now we still do Zoom. Everything is a combination of either Zoom only or on-site in Zoom. So sometimes, depending on what the class is, we can have 4 people, 5 people plus the facilitator and still be 6 feet apart with masks. And then everybody else, we put on a large screen TV via Zoom. So everybody feels like they're in the room.
Oh, got it.
And the people on the TV can see the entire room. So, and we still have a lot of people that want to do Zoom, which is understandable. They don't want to go out and be. And then, you know, for things like the sound baths, we just started trying, and we did it the other night, 8 people only. And wearing masks because of the social distancing. So, you know, a lot of people are upset about that because they can't get in, etc. But it's not something that translates to Zoom. So we're just doing it the best we can.
Now, do you do anything outside?
We try to do things outside, but it's difficult because of all the, you have to get so many permits, etc. And even now it's even harder. So we have sometimes, like Nancy, our resident sound person, for the Blue Rose group, Mary Tobin's group of people who have part of the Order of the Blue Rose. We're doing dancing things outside and things like that.
Oh, that's nice. That's fun.
But yes, it's you know, it's when we can, we try and figure it out. Now we're working on how do we get a drum circle outside where you can make your own drum and be.
Oh, I love that idea. That's
So
great. Yeah.
yeah, they have a great drum circle over in Asbury Park, but we really want people to be able to make their own drum.
Make their own drum. That's a cool idea. Yeah. I think a lot of people would be interested in that.
Yeah, so I wish we have a great big back in the back here, but it's all pebble and we're not, you know, for liability reasons, we're not allowed to use it. That's the other thing. You have run into liability
Liabilities, yeah.
when you
Yeah.
go off.
Well, you know, I think that's a good segue. Do you have advice for someone, say, if they wanted to open up, you know, like a holistic place or business or something like that?
I would say, you know, we're in the area around here. There are so many great places.
Mhm.
I'd say follow your heart. Do what
Yeah.
resonates with you.
With you, yeah.
Don't try and do what somebody else is doing.
Right.
And do what resonates with you.
You.
Make it a reflection of you and your truth.
Yeah.
And surround yourself with great, wonderful people.
Yeah.
Support you and participate.
Yeah.
And what I love best about it is the community that comes here, but also the community that does the offerings here.
Right.
Everybody's wonderful. I learned something new from people. Everybody's helpful to everybody.
Yeah, that's true. Everybody shares, and it's true.
We all share, we do, you know, and to have the healing gifts and services next door, and we're always playing off one another about whatever the person needs is what we're concerned about most.
Right. And what words of wisdom would you give to someone who wants to explore or expand their intuitive abilities?
I would say find somebody that you resonate with. Like I said, if you're ready, it's going to show up.
It'll show up, right?
And there are many people out there that do intuitive classes. You do them.
Yeah.
Donna does them. And I've been starting, like I said earlier, just mentoring one-on-one with people, and that's meeting them, you know, and it's by chance that they walk in, or, you know, there was a follow-up from a first-time person coming to a class, and I usually like to follow up. How'd you like? Was everything okay? Is there anything else we can do, etc.?
Right.
So I would definitely say meditate first and foremost, because you got to get quiet inside.
Get quiet inside, yeah.
And then, like, look around and see. Sometimes you experience this. You'll see, you'll read it. You're like, okay, that's for me. I need to do that.
Right. Yeah.
And that person is for me. And it's usually right. If you force it,
right,
it's usually not right.
It's not right. Yeah. Very true. Yeah. Very true. So speaking of intuitive abilities.
Uh-oh, you're going to ask me a question?
Yes, I'm going to give you two questions, and I know you're very capable, from people, you know, who have sent in. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
You're ready? Good. Okay, Beth. So we have a question from Angel. This is our first question, and Angel wants to know, will I do well in the stock market?
Oh, Angel.
Yeah. Don't we all want to know, right?
Don't we all want to know? That's, you know, that's one that's tough to answer. There are so many things that can change. Timelines shift. I don't know anything about Angel or her circumstances.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So my answer would be, it's absolutely possible. There are a million possibilities. Just go with, if you're asking the question and your stomach's all tight, then I'd say don't invest.
Right.
But if you're asking the question, you're like, I know I'm going to do it anyway, go for it.
Go for it. I think that's good advice. Yeah.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one, but you know, I like how you pointed out, kind of listen to your body, right? If you're thinking about investing and, you know, you're all in knots and you're not sleeping too well about it, maybe not so much. If you're like, wow, I think I should just go, right? You're getting a good feeling.
Right.
Yeah. Kind of go with it. Yeah. Very good advice.
Thank you.
Ready for the next question?
Ready.
All right. Okay. This is from Gia. Gia wants to know, will the person I think about come back into my life?
Will the person I think about come back
Back
into,
into my life.
and she's thinking about this person often?
I don't know.
All right, see, for me, I'm gonna say I just have a gut yes, but
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I would also say, how are you thinking about them? Are you pining for them?
Right.
Are you wishing something was different? Or are
Right.
you treating them with unconditional love and support and saying, whatever makes them happy, I hope I see them again someday, but I hope they're well on their journey. Then
Right.
you're likely to see them again.
Right. Yeah. Oh, so I like your approach because you'll give an answer, but you kind of want to have them, pick up on what they're feeling too.
Right.
So, oh, very good.
Well, it's all about empowering other people.
Oh, very much so. Yeah. Yeah. Because we all have intuition, right?
Right.
Sometimes we're just there to kind of help them, kind of
Find their own answer.
find their own answers that, lie within. This is true. Alrighty, Beth. Well, wow, this was excellent. I loved everything that you talked about. I just know that it definitely will help people, and I truly hope that people will come and visit New Earth Community Connections. It's a beautiful place, and like you said, you have so many services. So I'm sure many people will find something that will really resonate.
Yeah, and we can help direct people to one-on-one services with others,
Yeah.
like across the street to have great things.
But like you said, you have such a great community of people, that work for you, that it just brings this beautiful, atmosphere. So I very much hope that people will look you up. How can they get in touch with?
They can be, our website is www.newearthconnects.com. Or they can call 732-612-8393.
Right.
Or they can just stop in at 132 Main Street, Manasquan. And, and the website, we actually share a website to talk about collaboration. We share expenses and we share it with Jen and the team over at Healing Gifts. So if you have any questions about either side of it, just call and we are more than happy to direct.
Yeah, definitely.
Facebook and Instagram is
yes.
at New Earth Connects. So watch that because we're always changing things. And Phyllis and Sal will be making an appearance soon. So watch it, find out when.
Do you still have your calendar that you put out?
We do still put out a calendar. We're just starting to get that back out there. But right now, most of the classes are under online classes because that way you can sign up for the Zoom and everything right online in the new, in our new reality.
Yes, yeah, in our new reality. But that's right, Facebook, Instagram. Alrighty, Beth. Well, it was truly a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Good to see you. Thank you for having me. I'm honored.
Thank you for coming. And yes, we'll be seeing you soon.
Yes.
All right. Take care. Everyone, take care and God bless.